Shalom. We're the real Hebrew Israelites. Come out every week, prophesy the downfall of this kingdom, America, which is called the daughter of Babylon in the Bible, and to teach you Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, you are the Lord's chosen people on this sign, the 12 tribes of Israel. We want to give all praise and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashim, Yahushai, Ba'ashim, Rakakadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone Camps for teaching us the truth of the Bible. Peace and blessings to the hopeful elect scattered around the world. Shalom.
So we'll look at on the what does the Bible say about app, and it goes to vaccines. And can you get 1 Corinthians 3:16? So there's a lot of confusion in the Christian community, because they think that when they file for religious exemption, that their pastor is going to give them all the answers. But a couple of guys at my work, they got their paperwork sent back, and they had to submit some other paperwork. They had to resubmit it, and they wanted them to explain, why you don't want to take it, why you're religious, how long you've been religious. So these guys didn't have the answers. So they're not even real about their stuff. They want to go ahead and get that.
This is 1 Corinthians 3:16. Know ye not that ye are the temple of the Most High, and that the Spirit of the Most High dwelleth in you.
So that's one of the reasons. That's the most important reason, because they say that once you take that vaccine, it kills the God gene.
It kills your faith.
Yeah, and then people are afraid of that.
The Apostle Tahar was saying that somebody took the vaccine and it said they felt like their faith was lost.
Their faith is gone. Now that's, I don't know, that's scary to me. How could anybody live in a world that there's no faith? So do you know that you are Yahweh's temple and Yahweh's Spirit dwells in you? So we don't need that stuff. And then let's go to Romans 14, start at verse 1. Because every brother is different. Every brother has a different understanding. Some brothers will do things, and other brothers that do those things will see the other brothers and be like, it's this time or this time.
Romans 4:1.
14. 14.
Romans 14:1. I just read it wrong. Him that is weak in the faith receive ye, but not to doubtful disputation.
Yeah, so anybody that's coming into the truth, you gotta receive them, and we can't be like, this, that, and the other. You gotta do it this way. You gotta do it the way we're telling you. But there's such thing as direction. We're giving a brother direction. It's different from taking advantage of someone. See, a brother comes in faith and they're weak, and we tell them, yo, you gotta make those videos to express yourself. You gotta make those videos, one, and another thing, you gotta practice and preach. On to the next verse.
For one believeth that he may eat all things, another who is weak eateth herbs.
So, there it goes, because when we come into the truth, we find out that everything's defiled. But once you get mature in the truth, you can find out that you can pray over your food, and that's the best we can do. And then the prayer is the best we can do, because it'll purify that food, because all these foods that are being prepared by witches.
Yeah, because that's what we used to believe. We used to believe that we could eat everything. Pork and all that.
Put it on your plate and it tastes good. But then you come to the realization that you can't eat everything. It has to be in moderation. On to the next one.
We realized that we need to eat more herbs.
Yeah.
Let not him that eateth despise him that eateth not.
Yeah, so you can't be looking at your brother like, man, this guy doesn't even follow the rules. And we're over here following the rules. That doesn't matter to you. Okay, but what does matter is don't take that vaccine. You know, that's what we're telling you, but you're still gonna make those choices on your own. See, a lot of people are scared right now, and they don't know how to go about it when they request for religious exemption. But I helped this guy out. I told him how to do it, and then I showed him the scriptures, and then I printed out the scriptures for Revelation 13 and 16, which we're going to go into. And then he was all right, cool. He was relieved because he got some help. So these pastors in Christian churches, they're not even helping their congregation out.
And also the scripture where you're not supposed to get tattoos. That's needles in the body.
Yeah. Go ahead to the next one.
And let not him which eateth not judge him that eateth.
So don't judge each other, but help each other out. Get the next one.
For Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai hath received him.
There you go. You see, it's not he's ours. You take care of him, but it's not because we receive him. It's because Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai received him. He said, I chose this guy. So he was chosen. So we gotta respect him. So, you know, if you're a new brother, you already do some stuff, but you gotta take into consideration about the stuff that's they're telling us to do, like get the vaccine. And then it's gonna be hard because if you don't qualify for that religious exemption, you're gonna have to take something you didn't want, and you're gonna resent yourself. You're gonna hate yourself because you didn't have what? You didn't have faith. The next one.
It says, who art thou that judgest another man's servant?
Exactly. Who the hell do you think you are, man? I mean, you can't tell another brother. You know, you can't tell him anything. You can't tell him, look, you can't do this, you can't do that. You tell him, look, try not to do this because we're supposed to be careful with our bodies. You know, but the vaccination is definitely one of those things that you tell him, look, we're not supposed to take it. This is why, and when you give the reason why, give it good. Let's get the next one.
To his own master he standeth or falleth.
That's right. Yahushua is going to be condemning them or giving them big ups. So let's go to Revelation 13 and 16.
Revelation 13 and 16. And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads.
So let's read that one again real slow.
And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor.
Rich and poor, so it doesn't matter who you are, rich or great, or small and poor. You know, you have to make sure that you understand that you're going to be forced to do something you don't want to do. And then people that don't know these things, they come from different walks of life. They were all over the world doing, like, they're engineers in the world. They were, you know, they make money. They got it good, but they don't know how to respond to this situation where you're going to have to be forced to take something that you don't want. Can you get 2 Thessalonians 2 and 1? Keep reading.
Rich and poor, free and bond.
Free and bond. So they're doing it to the prisoners, and they're doing it to the people that are free. But guess what? None of us are free, because they're telling you you have to take this thing or else. You know, but they don't get it.
Yeah, because it's making you force. Like, lost my other job. I pretty much left it because they're forced that mandatory Vicky Venom. So I had no choice but to leave that.
Yeah.
Job, you know?
And there's no way for you to regret it because you made your choice based on your faith.
Yeah, because like what did they say? You find another job. You just gotta look for another job. You know.
That's all you got to do because everybody's hiring. You go anywhere and they're saying They have their signs out the windows, now hiring. Like, for reals, there's a lot of people hiring. And the thing is, you know, you have to, if you get hired and they ask you, how do you feel about taking the vaccination? You gotta be prepared to request for a religious exemption.
You gotta be ready for that.
Yeah, so you gotta be ready for that, and then whether they should give it to you or not, but you still gotta let them know. And then if everybody lets them know, look, we're not taking this because of this way, then what they have to do is realize that, you know what, these people don't want this shit. We're gonna have to get the soldiers to go and force them to. Keep going in Revelation.
It said, free and bond to receive a mark in their right hand.
So on the mark in the right hand, we're already seeing the chip. Reading.
Or in their foreheads.
In their foreheads. Now that word in the Greek is metapon. Can you click on that word? Forehead.
You said meta, right?
Metapon. So meta, because there's a metaverse and metamorphosis. You know, things that change.
You said metamorphosis.
Yeah. So, man, something's gonna have to give, because now it's talking about what you think. Go ahead.
It said the space between the eyes, the forehead.
It's right here. You know,
The mind.
the mind. Space between your eyes and the forehead.
And
So-
like I seen too that there was a guy that was paralyzed. He was able to send a message through his mind because he had a shit in his.
Yeah, he's had the implants.
Because that metaverse, it's a digital world.
Yeah.
You know, kind of like the Matrix. You know, it's like you get plugged in, and you're in the digital universe. That's
Yeah.
why it's called metaverse.
And I seen that new
Yeah, I seen
Matrix.
it too.
It's pretty good. It's crazy, but it's kind of slow for some people.
Yeah.
But on your
It's
phone,
good. It's really good.
on your phone, if you download the app Coinbase, you can buy cryptocurrency on what? The metaverse. And then that money doesn't even exist. It's in the what? It's in the metaverse. So if you believe in that cryptocurrency is in your mind and you're accepting it. Because haven't you ever heard? But is it in your mind? Like, or don't you have it in your head? Like, can't you get it through your thick skull? Remember,
Yeah.
people talk to you like that. So that's the thing. So read that again.
And he causes all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads.
So when you're asking for a religious exemption, you got to be able to break down these scriptures. And if you're teaching the truth, you got to break down the scriptures too. Because that whole Revelation 13 and 16, if you break down all those words, that's a lot of words to break down.
Yeah.
Because you got the word mark, rich and poor, just so people ask questions, free and bond, and metapon, and the mark, the word mark, man, that's a killer right there. So let's get 2 Thessalonians.
2 Thessalonians 2:1. Now we beseech you, brethren, by the coming of our Lord Yahushua Mashiach, and by our gathering together unto Him.
So we're trying to tell the people when we're gathering together in the name of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, look, this is the mark of the beast, and this is the beast. So now you got to get into who the beast is, and then you tell them, look, it's a so-called situational government. It's the white man that's in charge, that's did all this and that. Next one, please.
2. That ye be not soon shaken in mind, or be troubled neither by spirit, nor by word, nor by letter as from us, as that day of Mashiach is at hand.
So don't get shook up when the president says, look, you got to take your vaccination or you're not going to be able to live in this society. Because our Lord is coming back soon, so we got to be prepared for that. And the way you prepare for that is you got to disengage from the matrix. You got to take yourself out of the matrix. Just like Neo, you got to go get out of this pod. The pod being the metaphor for the metapon, for the metaverse. Because how else are you going to travel in there?
Oh yeah, because there's already, you got to have that shit to, even to eat for the
You gotta
outside
hook
restaurants.
yourself up to the back of your skull, and you're out there in the universe. And that's not the first movie like that. There's a Johnny Mnemonic. I don't know if you ever seen that. You ever seen that? Johnny Mnemonic. So this guy, he's a hacker. He basically has a bunch of computers chips in his head, and he's hacking a system, but he has different computer chips in his head, and he just wants to get it out, and the Yakuza are after him. So that's just crazy because it's organized. You know, information goes there, and then they take the information out, like cryptocurrency. If you buy something here in America, you pay what? You pay taxes. But if you buy it in the metaverse, you don't pay. You pay a little fee, a transaction fee, and then you skip out the middleman. So there's no bank. You know, there's nobody that's there to get those taxes. It just goes straight from dealer to dealer. Next one, please.
3. Let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come, except there come a falling away first, and that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition.
So this is the man that's trying to put that needle injection in your body. The son of perdition. That's the guy who's doing it. You know, it's not that hard to decipher. You know, so let's go to Revelation 12:7. Oh, and then I did a video yesterday about NASA's hiring a priest so they can communicate with aliens.
Teach them how to people to communicate with aliens.
That's crazy.
Right, the Brahm's video too.
Yeah, that's crazy stuff right there. And this is why Revelation 12:7. Whoever got it?
Yeah. And there was war in heaven. Michael and his angels fought against the dragon.
So there's a war in heaven, and heaven is in outer space. So you got to bring in these priests to be like, hey man, we don't want to have this war. But guess what? It's not up to them, and the priests already know that it's not up to them. Read it again, please.
There was a war in heaven. Michael and his angels fought against the dragon. And the dragon fought and his angels.
So the dragon is Esau, and you know right now Elon Musk is doing all kinds of things with his technology, letting you know that the beast is not just one person, and also it's a philosophy, because Elon Musk is in conjunction with all the other devils that are trying to reach space, and he even has a coin, a crypto coin, and he has a chip already, Neuralink.
Yeah.
So that tells you what they're trying to do.
They're trying to make it seem cool, you know?
Yeah, like get in your hands.
Yeah.
But that's not, because then you're gonna get deleted. It's gonna delete your God gene. So you know, that was my lesson. It was real short, real sweet. You gotta keep your faith strong, and I'm gonna give up the floor right now.
Yeah, because you know we're living in those time zones. But today I want to speak about astrology. You know, because astrology goes back to to horoscope. You know, and our people, especially the women, you know, this chart, they love the horoscope. So the word astrology means foretelling based on observation of heavenly bodies. So heavenly bodies is invisible in the sky. It had to do with the moon, the sun, and the stars. So those are called heavenly bodies. And then there's another word called astronomy, which they are pretty much the scientists that do observations, like they say the galaxies, the stars, moons, and constellations and things like that. So they're more on the science part, though, the astronomies. And then astrology, they're more like on the spiritual part, because the people that believe in the astrologists, they say like the way of the movement of like a star and things like that. But bullshit, because the Earth, rotates, spins though, like it spins though. So, because if you think about it, right? Because I don't know if you brothers have a GMS Hawaii. Those brothers, when they do camp, it'd be like 12 at night, but it's daytime where they're at. So it's daytime where they're at. But over here, it's already 12 though, it's already nighttime. But over there, it's day. So they believe, the astrologers believe in the spiritual like movement of a star, position where it's at though, that takes you back to the horoscope, So that's the thing though, because all this shit is all a person's minds and shit though, because there's a thing called what's it called, the man's I'll look up on it real quick though, and that's what, you know, the astrology goes to horoscope though. So I'll just find this thing right here. It's called the man of many signs. So, you know, there's 12 of them, and the one in the chest, right? Because it's a man, and everyone, each of one has like an animal, and it's a sign, you know, for each month. So the one right there, like in the chest though, is Cancer, right? So then there has another one that's on the knee. It's called the goat. It's the Capricorn. So you go back to, we just passed the winter solstice. Like I said it wrong. So, and the thing is right here, and it's the tropic of Cancer. So that area is like what the North American, right? So then it's the south though, which is Tropic of Capricorn. So that's like another region right there. So all this though is going back to, you know, the man of many signs though. So they get all these like ideas and ideology and theories though, you know. So that's why they put it on the things that they want to call it though. You know, because isn't like the shortest day, right? The winter solstice, the shortest day, which starts like in the December 21st. You know. So that's the thing, you know, so everything goes back, you know. So the astrologists, they're more like on the spiritual side though. They're more on the spiritual side.
I got a piece of print. So this is Joshua 10 and 12. Because scientists say that, or whatever they say, but this is what happened. Then spake Joshua to Yahweh Bashem Yahushai in the day when Yahweh Bashem Yahushai delivered up the Amorites before the children of Israel. And he said in the sight of Israel, Sun, stand thou still upon Gibeon, and thou moon in the valley of Ahelon. So the moon and the sun stopped.
Just so you can kill.
Just so you can kill.
Yeah.
So, you know, the earth is like doing this, and like you're saying, the sun's in Hawaii, but it's not here.
Yeah. You know what I mean? And they say the astrologers believe that
the earth is going around the sun.
Yeah, it's going around it instead of the other way around.
Makes no fucking sense.
Yeah, that's why I was like, I read it to them more, you know, I was like, what, these guys are hella off though. But
it's all off. They're
and then they got the zodiac constellations though. So that is pretty much a pattern of stars are together though. And what the pattern is, they try to get a pattern out of it, like a sign, like it could be like the Leo, the lion. It could be the Taurus, the bull. I think it's a fish, you know, and things like that, right? So probably chunks you get Isaiah, I believe it's 10:13. I'm mistaken, but that's the thing. They get things out of it though. Also, like it's actually 13.
And really, those stars, you're just looking at them like this. But then you get closer, they're not even lined up.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. They get the stars, you know, it's a group of stars, and they try to get like pretty much connect the dots to get a sign, and they're off though, you know.
Like the Big Dipper.
Yeah.
So Isaiah 13 and 10. For the stars of heaven and the constellations thereof shall not give their light. The sun shall be darkened in his going forth, and the moon shall not cause her light to shine.
So it said, so that's pretty much it is the space though. So, you know, it doesn't say they're trying to get a pattern out of a constellation. It just simply says for the stars of heaven and the constellations. It's just simple, you know. It didn't say right there get a pattern or things like that. For example, there's trees, right? The Most High made trees for us, oxygen and things of the matter. But we're not here praising it or trying to name it or trying to get some spiritual vibe off of trees though. We just know they're there for a reason, you know? So you trying to make a pattern and trying to get a sign out of a constellation stars, it's just going off though, and it's just wicked. If you think about it, it is. So it just kept simple said that, you know, for the stars of the heaven and the constellations, though. That's it. They didn't say get a pattern out of it, get a sign out of it. You know?
Yeah, so, like they have the sun god, the moon god.
Oh yeah.
The god of the stars.
yeah. You know, which is going off. You know, they're supposed to worship. You know, how about Shem Yahushai though? But you're over here doing some other shit though. And
that's where they get Sunday from the sun.
Yeah.
Sunday.
Yeah, Yeah, that's why we're like, hey, let's go. You know, and Sundays are usually the majority of the people that are off that day. So they're over here celebrating Sunday because they're off that day. You know. So this devil, man, has this system. Like, man, I'm gonna tell you, Esau, you're real good. You're real good. And so you know that's the thing. You know, with astrology, it goes to horoscope, which horoscope means observing the hour of someone's birth, a prediction of someone's future based on the relative positions of the planets. So what the hell? So think about it though. So you know this women, right? They're into the horoscope and they be like, I'm a Cancer, I'm a Leo, whatever, right? And they got this shit, right? Where they ask you like, what are you? And you be like, well, I was born in this month though. So they be like, oh, you're a Libra. Me and you can't go out, can't date because it says that we can't. There's no future for us and we can't. So it's like, what the hell? So you're telling me based on the position of a star, where the day I was born though, you're not gonna date me because of the position of a star? It just doesn't make sense, you know? So that's what makes our women go off though, because they're the ones that really into all that though. You know what I mean? The horoscope and things of the matter. And can you get a Chronicles 12:32?
First Chronicles?
Oh yeah, First Chronicles.
First Chronicles 12:32. And the children of Issachar, which were men that had understanding of the times, to know what Israel ought to do, the heads of them were 200, and all their brethren were at their commandment.
See, so like the Aztecs, man, they were able to, man, they'll look at the sky and they'll know where it's gonna be a good season to plant or things that matter. So the signs though, it just because it says Israel out to do, So it's kind of, for example, you go outside, you're like, in that day I'm gonna go wash my car, and then you go outside, you feel a couple drops on your head. You're like, oh, you know what? That's a sign for me not to wash my car today. So it's just that simple, though. But like, you gotta understand though, things like that matter. You just take them as in like, okay, like for example, it's cold time. You don't plant tomatoes right now. You don't plant tomatoes. So these science and all these things that matter, you're supposed to take it as, okay, you're not supposed to do this though, but don't get something out of it though, Because that's what Esau does, man. That's why Esau, man, he's a fucking devil though, because anything he can put his hands on, he'll put it under the scope, or he'll try to make some chemical reaction to it, or have it in the lab though, and try to, do the most of it though. That's why they only have a little bit of dark matter though. But see, the thing of matter is, anything that Esau can get his hands on, from gas to liquid, of course, to solid though, that's because Esau can get their hands on that, and they'll break it down and do all this shit to it though. But see, that's the thing. The dark matter, they have this big ass machine, right? This big ass hadron collider though. It's about 16 miles around. And it's a big machine, right? And they try to do anything as much as they can, but they can only get this little bit of dark matter. And going back to constellations though, that's the second heaven. What makes you think Esau's gonna be able to go into the third heaven, which is the spiritual realm? If Esau could go to the third heaven, spiritual realm, he would though. But the thing of the matter is, he's never going to. So because he can really only get a little bit of the second heaven though.
You probably try to take a flag and plant it in the spirit world. I claim this world in the name of George Washington.
Yeah. Try to be all proud and shit though. With the whole landing of the moon shit, man. Come on, man. You think that, it's all, it's just all staged though, It's all staged though, so it's, like I said, if they can only get a little bit of dark matter though, what makes you think they landed on the moon? That's all staged though. That's what I'm saying. They're trying to make you believe in them, but they're going off though, So that's the thing though. We gotta make sure that we just worship Yahweh Shem Shai though, because this whole horoscope shit though, it's a bunch of bullshit to make our people go off though, especially our women though, man. They're proud to be Aries, they're proud to be Libra, they claim they're that, and then that's it though, because my woman, she has a friend though, that I don't know if she still believes in that shit though, but she would say, oh, I can't date a Libra because we can't, there's no future in us, you know what I mean? So that's just shit's bugged out, because they tells you that she don't even read the Bible, or she, you know what I mean? She don't got nothing under her, you know, like that type. Can you get Psalms 136, verse 8 and 9? Yeah, because you know, it's all bad though with the women and shit though, because you know they're easily manipulated and they want to feel, they want to like kind of like Christmas, they want to feel, you know, the woman, man, it's all about what they want to feel good. That's why they go to these churches and these preachers sweet talk to them, you know, because they know what to tell them and shit. But we're rough around the edges, we don't give a fuck. Jackson. Oh no, go for it.
This Psalms 136 and 8. The sun to rule by day, for his mercy endureth forever.
3:19.
The moon and stars to rule by night, for his mercy endureth forever.
See, so they're just doing their job though, man. Because like for example, the sun. We need the sun, yeah, we do need it though. But we're not worshiping the sun. It's just doing its job though. The same way with the moon, the same way with the stars. They're just doing their job though, and that's it. You know, when the sun, you know, like I said, we need it for us to grow, or you know, our skin, it's good for our skin. And for not Esau, though Esau gets red though. It's true color. And so that's the thing, you know, the sun, like I said, I was talking about the trees are just there, you know, for the oxygen so we can have, you know, have that air though, you know. So anything that does comes to this, they're just doing their job though, you know, and they're just elements. Reality, that's elements, so that's it. It doesn't say to go worship them, it doesn't say none of that shit though, because that's paganism, you know. And we're not supposed to, you know, we're Israelites though. We're supposed to be worshiping Yahweh Shem Shai though. But our people are so lost in the sauce though that they just go based on what they know and what they've been taught to, you know. And you see the times right now, times are going crazy. Like it's, you know, prophecy back to back though, you know. And I ain't gonna lie, man, I'm tired of this world though, you know. This world has nothing better for us, you know, that are true and it's truth though, you know. We're just here, you know, we're suffering though. We're really suffering though. And we're just tired of it though. We want this place to go down. But of course, you know, we have to come with patience though. We have to come with patience though. And man, you know, like I said, hopefully, you know, the how about Shem Shai comes quick, you know, but the thing of the matter is we gotta be patient though. What is patience when they go to doctors, right? They're suffering, so that's why they're called patience though. So we're all patients right here, man. You know, we've been like, you know, well, you know, laboring and, you know, seeing what's going on, you know, Esau, what he's doing this shit though, pushing this shit, man. So like I said, man, like, you know, the Vicky Venom, he's pushing it to the max story. He's pushing it to the max story. You know, and I told my mom, you know, today, you know, don't be taking that shit though. But that's the only thing I can tell her though, you know. And she has people manipulated though, you know. So when I was working in the fields, they had like a tent set up though. They're telling them, you know, then the Paisita was like, oh, you know, come, got them too. And they were like, oh, CC, you know. So they were getting that shit though, but they're just like a flock in the slaughterhouse, you know. But that's the thing, man. So let me get this thing called Western astrology though, what it is.
And worshiping the horoscope, you know, that's like worshiping free will, because there's no free will. You know, we have to go by what the scriptures say, not by what the horoscope says. You know, not by living a life by what the horoscope tells us.
Because they say that for each sign, it tells you your personality. How the fuck is? That's what I'm saying.
You're gonna be like this week. You're gonna act like this week.
Yeah, this year you expect such and such this year for if you're Aries or Cancer or some shit. You know, and then they have our women bugged out saying we can't date because, you know, you're this and I'm that. You know, so it's weird because, you know, when you would talk to a woman, you go based on her spirit, not what she fucking signed though. Oh, she's that, you know, and that's it. No, you go based on the spirit, you know, not the fucking what month she was born or what day. It don't fucking matter. It's just the fact that you wanted to, you know, her spirit though. That's it though. You know, because if let's say she was born, it says her horoscope says she was an Aries and someone is a Taurus, but it says that, oh, you guys are meant for each other. Then you bring her to your house, move in with you, and then it turns out she's a fucking demon though. So you believe in that horoscope sign, not in her spirit, or not in the spirit. So you know what I mean? You're going based on her sign and shit though. So that's really, really off though. So this is the Western astrology. It says it is a largely horoscopic that is formed of divination based on the construction of the horoscope for an exact moment, such as person's birth as well as location. You know, so that's what I'm saying. Because if that didn't come over here, we wouldn't even know about horoscope. But we know of it though. You know, we don't believe in it, of course, but we know of it though. So that shit came over here though. You know, so our people are bugged out to believe that they're this and they're that though. You know. So I'll get you get the Isaiah 47, 13 and 14.
Isaiah 37.
Oh, 47. 47, 13, 14.
Isaiah 47, 13. Thou art wearied in the multitude of thy counsels. Let now the astrologers, the stargazers, the monthly prognosticators stand up and save thee from these things that shall come upon thee.
Okay, keep reading 14.
Behold, they shall be as stubble, the fire shall burn them. They shall not deliver themselves from the power of the flame. There shall not be a coal to warm at, nor fire to sit before it.
So you believe in astrology's horoscope, you're gonna be burnt because you believe in that shit though.
Stargazers. Gazing at the stars. You know, they even have a facility, I think, set up to where you could go gaze at the stars.
I'll be right there.
You know?
Yeah.
You could go lay down or some shit.
Oh,